the remaining two videos, and we're just gonna see how that's gonna go. I'm obviously gonna speed this part up a lot so that you guys don't get bored. So the first 10 pictures are ready, and they look absolutely sick if you ask me. Just look at these, all generated by AI within minutes. Alright, so we're about 30% through for the first video. Now I'm just really gonna speed this process up a lot. Alright, so yeah, basically the first video is done. The remaining pictures are finishing their generations. In the meantime, we can go to the personal feed and I can show you a little trick, guys. So basically, I just rewatched their video, and what I noticed is that they kind of randomly animated some of their pictures. So some, like, I would say, you know, on average they had 35 pictures. Let's say 30 pictures were static, or like 32 pictures were static, and about, like, you know, let's say 3 of them were animated. So how do we animate? Of course, it makes sense to animate the first picture. So we just go to this right here, to click on the picture. We go to personal feed, click on the picture, click on image to motion. Okay, now select 6. So it's not too much, so it's not crazy, but it's, you know, it's recognizable enough. And just hit generate, and now do it again for just, let's just do, maybe this one looks cool, so let's just do the same, and one towards the end so people can get kind of re-engaged, rehooked, so to speak. That's quite simple. But of course, the remaining pictures are still working. While they're working, we can actually go and do the same for the second script. So just copy the prompt that we use while that's working. Anyways, other 2 videos, I wanted to show you how to export the right way. Obviously, go to quickly organize them. Yeah, just that's the first image, so that would be the second. Let's find it real quick. Just turn on the main track magnet, so it's just gonna snap automatically. And yeah, just repeat that for all the pictures until you're done. Alright, that process was a little bit painful, but it's over, at least for the first video. So now, of course, as you can see, the video ends right here at the 55-second mark, and pictures are, you know, by default, I believe they're 4 seconds in length. Yeah, exactly 4 or 5 seconds. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna select all the pictures, make sure the magnet is selected. If it's not selected, if you try to shorten them, that's gonna happen. Then you have to manually move them. You don't want to do that, right? So select the magnet and just play around like that until it fits the track exactly. So, and then we're gonna import our animated picture. So, well, no, let's actually just make it like 1 millisecond longer. So just stretch it. Okay, I guess we can just shorten this one. Now let's go to Leonardo AI, download the animated ones, replace the pictures with the animated videos. Now you're gonna see why we did it like that, why we did it at the very end, because it's just gonna make sense. It's gonna be super simple, easy, and not confusing, most importantly. But I think the way I imported the pictures, I really wasted a lot of time. I think it's in the future 2 videos, I'm just gonna download pictures one by one, import them like that. So yeah, that's the first video right here. Oh, obviously turn off the magnetic thing now, like that, and then let's find where this goes. That's the first picture. What we can do is we can shorten the picture that follows this one, so we have more, you know, more. Let's actually shorten a few pictures, so, you know, just like that. Really, if that. So yeah, find 20. Alright, now let me just align these shorts real quick so they all look nicely and organized, and we're gonna start editing them. I guess it's part of it, but you can just apply a keyframe on the right like that, zoom in the picture slightly, and then as it's about to end, you zoom it out, and so, I mean, you decrease the scale, and so basically it's gonna, you can track with your eyes this white frame, it's just gonna zoom out. And then this picture would zoom in, so really they would put a keyframe like that, and then make it zoom in at the end, and like that. So that's kind of their style. And it works, and it's kind of, yeah, constant animation, like it makes sense, but I don't know, it's gonna take a lot of time. So maybe we can try another way. We can go to animation section, look for the zoom outs, zoom ins. Let's see how they're gonna look. Definitely not. Maybe if we make it across the whole thing, what it's gonna look like. Okay, let's see the in animation. So there is definitely the zoom one. Let's first of all remove this one. So yeah, there is definitely Maybe, yeah, that's what they use. And then we can combine. So like zoom 1, zoom 2, like that. Yeah, I mean, if we really focus, this can be done in like 5 minutes. So that looks like we're done as far as animations, but we can definitely forgot about color adjustment. So yeah, just go to adjustment tab right here. We can apply this thing and drag it across the whole project file. So yeah, so that's just gonna do all the color adjustment at once. Don't worry if it's just across the whole thing. I'll show you a couple of tricks later. Let's immediately go to the filters and apply my favorite filter, which is Clear 2. I absolutely love it. It just makes everything look so nice. So first of all, now let's go to the filter and decrease the strength to about 25-ish. 20 between 20 and 30 is the range I like. That's the range that makes sense most of the time, because if you set it to maximum, it just everything becomes too saturated. But if you decrease it, you can already see how the pictures are bland, like there's no life in them. And look, we increase it. Let's look at this guy. With it, you can especially tell with people. So just bland picture, right? But if we go to 30, it just looks better, so much better. So now let's go to adjustment, decrease it all the way down. I always like to do vignette, however you pronounce it. So 15 and 20 makes sense. What it does, it creates these sort of, you can look at basically right here. So it creates these kind of black edges, or if we decrease it all the way down, it creates these white edges. I'm not really sure actually when you can use these white edges. It just looks cringe, but black edges, they always make everything look so much better, like nice and clean. Always, I like to decrease brightness to about like -3, just because I can. A saturation, maybe increase it just slightly as well to about 5, and honestly it looks much better, and it kind of creates your own visual style. Since our channel was made in the dominant green color, when it comes to captions, we should do them in green. Before we actually do captions, let's create a watermark, because we just did some amazing work and I'm sure someone will attempt to steal it. Let's create our watermark. Just hit the default text again, stretch it across the whole thing just like that. Just paste the watermark, the username, put it in the corner, decrease opacity. Looks better, right? Yeah, so it's kind of, again, visible enough, but it's there, you know? Cool. So now, okay, let's go back to our list and just see where we are. We need the music. There are ways to get free music. Obviously, one way is when you upload the shorts, you can add the sounds. Maybe I can even show it on my screen, on like the phone screen, so you guys can understand, but it's very like degenerate proof. You literally just upload the short and you have the option there to add the sound. So right here at the top of the screen, here at the top of the screen, you go to your on YouTube, you go to home page, hit the plus sign at the bottom, and then at the top you have the add sound option. And honestly, that's the best way to add music to YouTube Shorts, because when you add these sounds that are like coming from YouTube directly, it tends to push your videos more to the wider audience. It's like TikTok, you know, for those who use TikTok, they will understand. Like on TikTok, you can also add pre-built audio to your videos. Another way is, for example, let's just actually do some research together. But whatever I just mentioned, honestly, it's the best way. But then you will have to transfer the videos over to your phone, and you can do that by using Google Drive. So you would upload the videos from here to Google Drive, and then you download them from Google Drive on your phone, and then on your phone you upload them to YouTube, and then add the music that way. It's a little bit time consuming, but it's the best way. Not many people know about it, but there is a YouTube channel, I forgot. You can use, the way it works is, there is no such thing as free music on YouTube. You guys need to understand that there is no magic. Everything is business, especially like online. There is no such thing as like magical money online free button. I really just see so many comments, people asking me for like, they want to use fully free stuff. They want the free stuff to work amazingly, and then they want to make a lot of money. It's not how it works, my friend. You must invest. But that's a good alternative to use free music. But here's the business model. If you use their music, so that's how it works. You in order to use all of this music for free, you need to free download. Yeah, and then you get attribution text. Then you copy this text and you put it in your description bio. But because it is free to use, once you're monetized, they're gonna get a fat share of your revenue. So, and on average, for example, if you just look up royalty music for YouTube, it's really about like $30 a month or something like that. There's many options, and for the purpose of tutorial, I'm currently using a music service, which is amongst those that are shown on the screen. However, I don't have an affiliate deal with them, so I'm not just gonna mention them. But really, all of these are decent. Whatever, Upbeat, Artist, Bensound, Pixabay, Soundstripe, Epidemic Sound is a good one. Actually, Pixabay may provide some free stuff as well. So, but again, this really is all of this stuff is more applicable for long form videos. That's gonna be covered in the future tutorials, you best believe. But again, for the time being, for YouTube Shorts, you really want to use the strategy I just mentioned. You transfer the video over to your phone, and then you add it manually. You click right here to
as wealth. The second
that works. To be honest, I like it. I vibe with it. Makes complete sense in terms of the overall vibe. Basically, I got these 3 soundtracks. They're really standard. I typed in the keywords motivational, sad, and cinematic. And each, one of them came up for the relevant keyword. I think you get it. So let's just give it a listen and see which one fits better.
Away, and his dog laid beside him and passed away too. The man's spirit appeared before a golden gate with his dog's spirit beside him. There stood a strange man by the gate. The deceased man inquired, "What place is this?" The strange man replied, "You've passed away. This is heaven. You can now enter and find peace at last."
Yeah, okay, this is definitely suitable for this song. So, for this video, so I'm just gonna not waste any time. Let's cut it, move on to the next one. Let's feel the vibe of the video and then see if it's applicable here.
One day, a woman noticed 3 men standing by her house. She asked them if they were hungry and if they'd like to come in. They inquired if her husband was home. She replied he wasn't back yet, so they said they couldn't come in. When her husband came home in the
point it out and be like, oh, this is AI, this is bad. But in reality, what's happening is they're commenting on our video and they're generating our extra engagement, which will further propel our video. This is the bigger picture behind the scenes. So I personally vibe with this picture. I didn't remake it for a reason. I wanted to keep it here. There were some other minor imperfections in some of the pictures, but overall, dude, like I had this thought while I was creating the pictures. I wasn't really recording. Just think about it. Really, we're living in times. I just still cannot get over the fact that like nowadays with AI, we can really just get these pictures like that. Really, you saw me creating them in a matter of like, if I was not recording the video and it was just me and the computer, I would be like done in under 2 hours with all of the 3 videos, really, from start to finish. Because like I'm kind of know what I'm doing, so I would just click around, get it done fast. But like look at the quality of these pictures, and it's only the start of this AI era. Sora is coming out soon, so like in a few months I'm going to be making similar tutorials, but all of these are going to be like legitimate cinematic videos. So take advantage of it, seriously. Yes, there is an upfront cost if you want to create this kind of quality, and there are links in the description, by the way, for the services. I've been doing this for already like almost 6 months, and I still cannot get over it. Seriously, it's just insane to me. But anyway, music is done. Now we need to do some sound effects. There is a way to get sound effects. The best way is to go on YouTube and literally search like best sound effects, and then you download them. Yeah, this one right here. So it's Frida Ultimate YouTuber Sound Effects Pack 2022. Just search it up. It's gonna pop up. Then you just copy the link. You know the drill. Download it from YouTube. Go to any of the links and download it as MP3. I obviously already have it downloaded, so I'm just gonna send it over to CapCut. So we can now delete these ones. So I filtered through the effects and I cut out the decent ones, somewhat decent ones. Some of them are super funny, some are cheesy. Definitely not all of them are gonna go in, but they
Isaac broke YouTube with one video. Let's recreate this open so you can do the same thing.
3 weeks ago, I uploaded my first video on this channel. Today, it has 10% click-through rate, 50% retention, and over 10,000 views.
I want you to hit pause right now and download all of the elements I've created for this tutorial. They're linked in the description below so you can follow along. You should know that I use 4 different AIs and spent 3 hours trying to create my own version of this Isaac head. I didn't want to just steal his because then it wouldn't be copyright free and stuff. So I ended up with this head here, which turned out okay, but that took forever to create. And then I took photographs of myself and put the head on my body like Isaac does. So you get all of these ready to rock and all the other elements I use. So go ahead and hit the link in the description right now and download all these elements. I'll wait right here. The first thing I'm going to do is add the voiceover, and I've recorded it for you already. Now Isaac uses an AI voice, which is okay, but you're always better off using your own voice for your videos instead of an AI voice, because all of these social media are starting to clamp down on AI generated content. They want to promote real stuff that you create. So I recorded this for you, and you're welcome to use it all you want. Now I've dropped Isaac's open into our timeline so we can look at it and evaluate what he's doing. If I just play a second of it.
3 weeks ago, I uploaded my first video.
What's he doing? He's got a screenshot and he's just zooming in on it on the part that he's saying as he says it. So let's go look at ours. 5 months ago, I uploaded my second video. Got it? Now, the first thing we're going to do is just trim off a little bit of the head of this because it's a little bit of space we don't want. We don't want to waste even a frame. And then we're going to take the first graphic, which is my channel in 2023. So this is 5 months ago. And Isaac started zoomed in like that and then zoomed out a bit so you can see that desktop, that white background. So what we're going to do is start zoomed in a bit here. And then we'll zoom out a little bit to reveal a white background. So we're going to set a keyframe for position and scale. Now you don't need to go position, scale, position, scale. We can just hit this one right here and it sets a keyframe for all of these. Even if we don't use them, it doesn't matter. Just one way to go a little bit faster. So we've got a keyframe there. We're starting zoomed in. We want to zoom out a little bit over the course of a few frames. Just going to scale it down and reveal the background. And you may notice that our background is black. We want it to be a white background. Now we could import a white background or a desktop or something, but there's a cool trick that you can do in CapCut, which is scrolling here to the bottom. And we've got this canvas option. I click here and I can scroll down to style. And then it reveals all of these different styles. If I hit this arrow, and we just want something that's white with a little bit of interest. So we'll just take this guy right here. And bam, now we have an interesting white background. And that would look like this 5 months ago. So we're already on a good path. And notice that this only works if you're on the first track. Once I drag this up to the second track, that canvas, that white background goes away. So all of this stuff has to be on the first track to use that trick. And next, we're just going to go ahead and zoom in as I say certain things. So here we go. 5 months ago, I uploaded my second video. Okay, so my second video, 4-second video, I want to show the second video. So right before that happens, just a few frames before, I'm going to set a keyframe because I'm going to start to change two properties, scale and position. To do that, I'm going to hit this.
They really leverage sound effects. So because they didn't really use a lot of animations, the sound effects, that's what made their videos so engaging. So for the time being, let's just have the sound effects sitting right next to the video. And let's even start listening to it, I guess, without music. And really, let's just start imagining and improvising and applying sound effects as we go. So I did get it like a dog sound effect. So clearly I got the dog sound because the whole story is about a dog. So it just makes perfect sense.
A man passed away and his dog
So as soon as he says dog, I'm gonna paste it, and then because it's a short sound, listen.
laid
Just one whoop. I'm gonna do like 2 of them, maybe even 3. And align them something like that.
laid beside
No, okay, definitely not like that.
dog laid beside him.
Maybe let's do like this, something like this. So let's fade in this one and have it underneath this one just like that. Maybe make it lower volume. This one lower as well. This one even lower.
A man passed away and his dog laid beside him and passed away too.
Yeah, so instead of the woof, let's have this sound in here. And we're gonna move the woof over where they're not talking about death. So let's see.
And his dog laid beside him and passed away. Beside him there stood a strange man by the gate. The deceased man.
Yeah, I don't know about the double woof. Okay, where it says heaven, I definitely know what effect to add. Let me just find it. And it's good. Only those who don't abandon their friends make it to heaven, and we're gonna finish it there. Yeah, we're gonna add this effect right here. And the first video
Battling an incurable illness. When the day ended and the son came back, thrilled with his achievement, his joy quickly turned to sorrow upon discovering his dad had passed away. A note left behind read, "Cherish every small moment, my son. Live each day as if it's your last, so you'll have no regrets like I do." Grieving yet enlightened by his
using a free. We're basically done, guys. This is literally YouTube automation at its finest. Now we just need to, of course, we need to do the style. Of course, since the channel theme is kind of like green, obviously I want the captions to be green. If you choose your channel topic to be, or channel theme to be like blue, yellow, whatever, you get the point. Make the color, choose the color accordingly. But I'm gonna skim through. Since I do have the pro version, I'm gonna use some pro captions. If you're using a free version, this one is right here. It's pretty cool. This right here, it splits the words automatically, so it just shows up as a single word like in the center. There are some ones in the pro version that just look cooler. For example, this one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just go with this one. Color, let's obviously do green. So now let me just quickly slide through, make sure none of them are sticking out. When I say sticking out, I mean like this, you know. I guess it was just no, it was not a glitch. So, okay, if you need to fix a particular one, you click on it, you make sure to deselect apply to all. I think it's self-explanatory. If it's selected, it's gonna apply to all. The setting will apply to all. Yeah, just like that. Okay, we're done. So let's start exporting now. Yeah, how do you export to begin with? So you obviously export them one by one. Drag the slider right here at the very much end. Now you right click, range, out point. And so you can see now the remaining part is a gray and only this area is selected. So now you hit export. Just export in 1080, even if you have pro version. 4K is not needed for shorts. And just let's do like Export with captions, we're gonna add them. If you don't have pro version, obviously don't export with captions. It is only available to pro users. So let's do this one. If actually these shorts go viral, I might just make it a series where I'll be constantly creating these shorts, or I'll actually be streaming and creating them on stream. Let me know, guys, what you think, because I've done many test channels. I've done many, like, you know, trending videos views in less than 24 hours. So that was my ticket to blow up an account. Many people are under the impression you have to be doing this daily. No, like video tags, like 1,000,000 IQ next level strategies right here. So life lessons, and we're gonna do so until we hit 500. Late, it's a little too late. I'm gonna schedule one of them for 12 o'clock tomorrow morning. Okay, so I'll post the first one at 12 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow, because so in order to monetize your shorts, you need to pass these requirements. You need to get 10 million views on your shorts, and you need to get 1,000 subscribers. The 10 million views may seem like a lot, but again, this person, look, he's done 280 million views in how long? And he really started going viral in January. Let's actually not guess, and let's again open social blade and analyze his channel a bit more. There's so much potential in this stuff. So I don't know. Okay, he started posting in August, so that's half a year ago. He was posting. You see how long it took him though? That's what I'm talking about. That's consistency. So he started in August 2023, which is half a year ago, and then he was posting, nothing was happening. He probably got monetized just like around this point, and then boom, he never gave up and he just took off. And now he's doing this kind of money per month. Okay, to be real, I don't think he's making this kind of money. As a monetized creator myself, I'll tell you that 1 million views, or 1,000 views, I'm sorry, pays you 10 cents on shorts, roughly. So let's open. If he's doing how much? He's done 139 million views. So 139, so that's 139,000 views technically, multiplied by 0.1. So he's made at least 14,000. So yeah, again, this 0.1 is how much YouTube pays you per 1,000 views. So if you're good at mathematics, you delete 3 zeros from those 140 million, and that's what the number you come up with. So this dude roughly at least made $10K last month from posting these funny videos. Now you tell me if it's worth it. I think it's very worth it. Now, of course, we're just talking shorts. Then you can, of course, start posting long form content. Really implement same exact techniques. Just all you need to do is in CapCut you choose 16:9 ratio. You generate longer form stories, and that's it. Instead of 1-minute videos, you make like 5-minute videos, and then you link your shorts to your long form content. You create this linkage.
Yo guys, what's good? I just wanted to stop by for a second. Thanks again for watching the course. Today, I had to pass it over to my creator, Igor, this dude, and he will drop a game-changing YouTube automation course soon, for free, of course. He also has a channel, by the way. You can find it in my profile. He is doing a challenge where he posts videos daily for a whole year, so go check it out. I truly appreciate you guys. Thanks to contributing to my AI empire, you all are legends. Subscribe to the channel if you liked this video. Yes, sir. See you in the next one. Okay, boss. We just getting started. Yee, boy. Okay guys, in the last few months, this faceless YouTube channel has earned over $15,000 from uploading these simple motivational videos. And if we take a closer look, it was literally started like 6 months ago. The second video that was uploaded has got over 1.5 million views. And in total, this channel has done over 4 million views, which is just insane. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can start your own YouTube automation channel using this method. And I know what you are probably thinking, guys. There are already a few stoic tutorials out on YouTube. Well, you see, the problem is all of these gurus are not transparent with you, and nobody shows you real step-by-step ways on how to create your first YouTube business. Instead, these clowns are just focused on their own views. However, they call me AI Guy for a reason. That's right, guys. If you have the patience to watch this video until the end, you will have all the knowledge needed to start your own YouTube automation business, no cap. We will literally do everything from creating the channel, designing the logos, to writing scripts, and obviously creating our first video together. By the end of the video, you are literally going to be a YouTube automation expert. To show you the proof, here's a quick clip of the video I was able to create in 15 minutes. That is better than the video Stoic Bond uploaded that got over 1 million views.
Stoicism is not about emotion suppression or austerity, but about understanding existence, focusing on our sphere of control, and nurturing inner peace. Adapt these practices to fit your personal journey.
So there are actually 5 parts to creating the actual video, but I'm also going to be revealing one last tip at the end of the video that I've learned from running multiple faceless YouTube channels that will allow you to actually make money from running such a channel. That's what you are here for, right? People usually pay thousands of dollars for this information by buying courses, but I will give it to you for free. So make sure you
This faceless YouTube channel makes hundreds of thousands of dollars from tens of millions of views every single month. But none of the footage in these videos belongs to the creator. So how is it possible for this channel to not only exist, but to profit from other people's content? Why hasn't this channel got demonetized or been hit by copyright strikes? First, you need to understand this is not a unique example. There is a whole industry that surrounds all of this called YouTube automation. The main idea is to create channels around popular niches and topics with high CPMs, therefore higher paying ad revenue. And these are faceless channels with no talent attached to them. And no new footage is created. It's all sourced from content that already exists. And then the key secret ingredient is added. Transformation. Often all of the work is outsourced, from the scripting to the narration to the editing to the thumbnail design. And it's a business model that's existed for over a decade now. And from this system, regular people, even teenagers, are making millions of dollars on YouTube. But it does rely on what you might call some dark arts, challenging how copyright law works today and staying on the right side of YouTube's content ID system. And so I wanted to know how all of this was possible. Now, we have already made a video about how to start a faceless channel from scratch. It lays out the whole process for you, step by step, even if you don't want to pay out any money up front. And it's one of our best performing videos on the vidIQ channel of all time. And the reason for this is because it features Noah Morris, a 20-year-old YouTube automation entrepreneur who wasn't shy in revealing all of his secrets, except one: the question of faceless channels and copyright. And you let us know in the comments. And so I reached out to Noah again, and he told me exactly how he does it, avoiding demonetization and copyright strikes on his faceless YouTube channels. So let's get started.
So just before we get into fair use and YouTube copyright, I do want to say I'm not a legal expert. My experience comes from, doing YouTube channels for 8 years long, getting a lot of copyright claims, and having to go through a lot of disputes as well as, talking to a bunch of legal experts and a bunch of people with experience in this field.
And so this is why you should pay attention to what Noah has to say, because he's been through the copyright trenches. But we should also include ourselves in not being copyright experts here at vidIQ, so don't take any of this as professional or legal advice. Now, Noah, when it comes to copyright, a lot of creators try to rely on something called fair use. But what actually is it?
So yeah, fair use is a legal doctrine that allows you to use other people's copyrighted content within your own video. It is very important to say this can only happen if the content you are making from the original copyrighted work is fair use / transformative. What does transformative mean? You have to add value to the original copyrighted work. This means educational value. You have to give commentary, a different perspective, a parody perhaps. That is what transformative means.
So when you put it like that, Noah, it sounds pretty simple. You get some content, you mix things up a little bit, and boom, it's transformative, right?
So the problem with fair use really is that it's a massive gray area. They actually don't. The US court system decides fair use. When we're talking about fair use, there are 4 pillars that are really important. So the first one would be character of use. The second one would be the nature of the copyright work or the source of the copyright work. The third one would be the amount used. And the fourth would be the impact on the market for the copyright holder.
All right, Noah, now you're talking our language. We love plans, we love steps, in this case, pillars. Let's talk about that first one. Purpose and character of the copyrighted work. What's all that about?
So when we're talking about the purpose of the copyrighted work under fair use, we're really talking about how much value and transformation are you adding. So are you adding significant value in form of cool edits? Are you adding a bunch of commentary? Is the video revolving around you and not the copyrighted content? If the video is revolving around the copyrighted content, that is not fair use. So if you're straight up ripping a video from another channel and posting it on your channel with minimum editing and just a bit of commentary, that's not fair use because you're not adding significant value. You need to make sure that you're adding more value than the copyrighted clip is bringing. So this value can come from different sources. It can come from your opinion or your commentary, from informational context. So documentaries on YouTube would be a good example.
Right. What would be an example of something that isn't considered transformative content?
An example of something that wouldn't be fair use is just taking someone else's video, adding a little bit of commentary, like maybe 30% commentary to the video, and then just straight up posting it to your channel. No, that's not fair use because the copyrighted work is valued more than your commentary. You really have to make sure that your commentary on your educational insight or your perspective or your parody is way more valuable than that tiny piece of copyrighted work, and that's called transformative content.
All right, let's move on to the second pillar now, the source or nature of the copyrighted work.
So the source and nature of the copyrighted work really is one of the most important things you have to think about as a creator, because it's really important that you make Super Bowl, those are very copyrighted works. They have large legal structures behind that content, and you have to be very, very careful when you're utilizing that copyrighted work because the chance that you will get in trouble is very big, and they're not afraid to sue creators. Other sources you really have to be wary of is video licensing agencies like ViralHook. They're also very stringent on copyrighted work. And lastly, I would say anything to do with creative works, films, movies, ads, those things are also very protected when it comes to copyright law. So those 3 things, be very careful. Good sources or low-risk copyrighted sources would be things like bodycam footage or public domain footage. So think about when a sheriff office posts police bodycam footage. That's low-risk copyrighted footage. Another one would be any factual or informational content. Things like news clips, documentaries. If they're in an educational context, usually you won't get copyright claimed as fast because, again, it's in an educational context. And last up is all the user-generated content or all the individual fan clips. So let's say you want to use footage from a Formula 1 race, but you can't use official broadcast. Instead, what you do is you take clips from people that have filmed the Formula 1 race or Formula 1 moment on their phone, because this usually doesn't get matched in the content ID system. Usually individuals won't be as likely to take you to a court or strike you on YouTube. So really with these sources, you have to think of vlogs, anything posted to Twitter, Reddit, Instagram. Those are usually pretty safe to use.
But it does make this conversation really fascinating because Noah is being so honest and transparent, and he's got more to tell us.
So another big tip I would give creators would be really think about how much variation in sources do you have in your own video. So let's say you're only taking your copyright content from one source. Big chances are that you will get copyright claimed or striked. So try to really diversify into different sources. So for example, you can take a little bit of the Formula 1 race from the public broadcast, like a very small snippet. You can take some of the fan footages. You can take pictures. Try to really diversify who owns the copyrighted content, because this will make sure you're less likely to get striked, and it will also argue a stronger case for fair use.
That was very comprehensive, Noah. Let's move on to that third pillar, the amount of content used.
Amount used also has a ton of misconceptions. So it's not really, when we're talking about fair use on YouTube, people really say like, okay, you can only use an X amount of seconds, right, in your video. But it's not really about that. It's about the significance of that copyrighted clip. So let's say you're really taking the heart of the clip and putting it in your own video. The chance that you will get copyright claim to strike is way higher than if you take unimportant parts from that copyrighted content.
So in practice, what does that mean? Let's take an example from a movie, The Empire Strikes Back. It's a 2.5-hour film, but you could just take 3 seconds from that film when Darth Vader says to Luke,
No, I am your...
and that is the heart of the entire thing ripped out of it.
Don't lean on the misconception that clips under 10 seconds won't get you in trouble with copyright. Yes, it will make sure YouTube doesn't detect your copyrighted footage as quickly, but in court, it won't hold up if you're using the heart of the copyright clip.
So what about that fourth pillar? Potential market impact.
Yeah, so the last pillar, does your content with the copyrighted footage replace the original copyrighted footage? So that's why compilations are so tricky, because they usually replace the original copyright holder's content. So because viewers are more likely to go watch the compilation, they have watched the compilation, they've seen the footage, and they won't watch the original clip anymore. And that hurts the market for
Ever wonder how some people seem to have a magic wallet? Today, I'll share the secret spells to make your money multiply. Imagine to friends, Leon the other hand, is still paying for a music app. Paying for a music app. Uses. Leon's catching on to Ashley's savvy ways, and you can too. It's not just about saving, it's about being smart. Ready to be like Ashley? Give this Give this video a thumbs up and dive in. Give this video a thumbs up. Give this give thumbs up